responsibilities and adulting. So
That's what I've got planned today because yesterday I had to work, and so today is going to be my catch-up day.
gotcha. Yeah, man. You don't usually work on Saturdays, right?
So lately we've been mandated. We have like 5 mandated overtimes a year, and so yesterday was my first mandated one. I've got 4 more coming over the course of like, I don't know, like a couple of months.
Now, why is that mandated?
It's just what the college does.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I remember working at a lumber yard, and they had
Hunter.
sometimes they had like mandatory like Saturdays, but I didn't last there very long. So
Yeah. So they my college has Saturdays and Sundays that they'll have like sporting events or either graduations or some type of ceremonial something or other that we have to go and like tear things down or clean up after or what have you.
what's up, Hunter?
Yesterday I got to watch a football game though. There was like 10 of us. And
Huh?
so like after every quarter we would go and like get the trash and just hang out afterwards. It was actually a
There you
decent
go.
like day. Our football team sucks. Like they are trash.
What division school?
I believe it's uh like Division 1.
Oh, okay. So is it
Yeah.
D1 school?
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
that what
our
you're wearing too? Is that the college shirt?
no, no. It's just a Colorado Eagles hockey shirt.
So what's the mascot for your like? What's the team?
The Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears.
Hmm. So Colorado Bears?
It's the UNC Bears.
UNC Bears. I know that.
Yeah.
You're in Colorado, obviously, right?
Oh
So,
yeah.
are you a fan of the Colorado Buffaloes?
The Buffaloes?
Yeah, they're like the biggest D1 Colorado school, I believe, out there.
I'm not familiar with the college, no. Are you talking about USC?
No, that's Southern California.
Or is it UCS or whatever?
CU is basically their
CU.
yeah.
I actually think I know what you're talking about. I've never been to a game of theirs. I
Uh,
had friends that went to college there, but I've never really visited their campus. I've never really, been anywhere near there, except for my own therapist who's up there.
because Deion Sanders is the coach now,
Yeah, yeah, he's definitely bringing a lot of attention to Colorado. Of
and I guess I don't know if you know Warren Sapp.
course, I know Warren Sapp.
He's going to be joining Sanders next year. I don't know
Oh,
what
for
coach
fuck's
he's going to
sake.
be, but that's going to be crazy. Deion Sanders and Warren Sapp on the same coaching team.
Warren Sapp should take over the defensive line.
That's what everyone says.
He
Because
should. Like that was his role. He was the intimidator. Like you don't want to get hit by that.
no, he was a big boy, still is.
I'm pretty sure that I
Brooks.
would need a new pair of pants if I was facing Warren Sapp. Like I'd be like, don't step over there.
Yeah, and not only that, Ray Lewis was another one, man. He just was a monster.
Ray.
I remember
Oh,
watching him against the Chargers, and it was Darren Sproles when he was still a running back with him. And if you remember, Darren Sproles, he was a small guy.
yeah, but he was fast.
He was fast. Ray Lewis laid him out on a halfback cutback, and he got right up. I'm like, how is that possible? You just got leveled, and you just
Yeah.
got right back up. So he was a tough dude.
My issue with Ray Lewis being a Patriots fan when I
Mm,
was him and Tom Brady weren't like too what's the word I want? Friendly with each other.
yeah.
Like that was a little bit of like a rivalry right there. And so I
Yep.
was like, I don't know if I can like really be a fan of this man. Like I understand like what he did was, important and whatever, but
He-
Ray Lewis was different.
yeah, he's a
What's up,
definite
Lee?
breed. But a lot of I think. See, I feel like linebackers and running backs are kind of like overrated as far as like favorite positions that people like kind of look for in like the draft or whatever the case may be. Like, I want to grow up, I want to be a linebacker, or I grow up, I want to be a running back. But the two positions on defense that I believe, well, at least the one, I'll say one because I can't really say safety's not a popular position, but I believe like on both sides of the field, like offense and defense, that don't get enough credit is defensive linemen and offensive linemen.
Right.
It's just offensive linemen in general, like it's like, oh, they're just, big old fat guys, they don't have to exercise that much. All they got to do is push up against the D line and that's it. It's like, no, they have a bigger job than you think.
For
Like
sure.
they have to make sure the quarterback doesn't get hit. One little slip up and that quarterback could get severely injured. So you
Yeah.
need, I mean, granted, yes, they're bigger guys, but those guys can push more weight than half the freaking roster.
Yeah. Yeah. And our football team here yesterday, you could really tell like these dudes need some practice, and our quarterback needed a strong talking to after last night. That
Yeah.
dude literally, like, he would throw interception after interception. We were winning 21-7 going into the fourth quarter. We ended up losing 28-21. And
Ah,
so literally he got hit and threw the ball just in hopes and dreams that it would like land somewhere's good. And it was picked off twice and they ran it back like the 20-yard line, right to our end zone. We're like, really? Like, why would you do that? Like either intentionally ground the ball or take the hit.
right, right. And it's funny. It's speaking about quarterbacks and stuff like that. I was watching this short with Peyton Manning,
Oh
and it was
Jesus.
like early on in his career, like I don't know, maybe a couple years after or whatever. But he's like did a fake spike or whatever,
Uh-huh. Uh-oh. You froze.
and he
Yeah, there you go.
he
You're good.
gets
You're good. You're
oof,
back. You're good.
and he ran for the touchdown, but the
Okay.
refs they didn't know what to do in that situation because no one's ever like did a fake spike before. What's up, Tara? So they basically said he had to redo it with 1 second on the clock and whatever. What's up,
Brewer.
Bruno?
Welcome in, everybody.
Welcome, welcome. Um, I honestly wasn't sure like how the show was going to go today because I had so much going on like beforehand of not feeling good, having to take my son to the doctors because he's been sick and his asthma makes everything worse,
Yeah.
and now he's got like the start of pink eye, so we had to go to the doctors, and I'm like, oh my god, everything is just falling apart.
Yeah. I'm just starting to feel like I'm getting a little bit of a cold, but it is what it is.
And so I work through it.
Yeah. I hear you. So do I, man.
Yeah, I'm definitely a lot better, Tara. I As much as I hate taking medicine, I took like 3 or 4 doses of Alka-Seltzer, and it's the best I felt in like 3, 4 days.
Okay, seltzer.
It That stuff works.
It's been a long time since I've even heard somebody even say Alka Seltzer.
And I guess they make multiple different things like cold and flu, hangover stuff. Like I did not know they made all that.
That's funny.
Yeah. So, all right, everybody, we got a decent amount of people in here right now. If you could smash that like button, we got a shorter amount of topics this week, just because it's been so crazy. So we kind of want to let the comments, kind of run the show too. But first things first, and I didn't even think about it. I didn't even send you the list.
Oh, good.
I did put your topic in there, and we're gonna run through that as well. But
Right on.
daytime flu medicine makes me feel like what I can assume being caffeinated feels like. Really? See, if I take Dayquil, I'm knocked out. Like 2 hours, I will be sleeping.
Dayquil?
Yeah. Have you ever taken Dayquil?
I've taken both Dayquil and NyQuil.
That
Shit,
stuff knocks
I
me
used
out.
to abuse the shit out of Dayquil and NyQuil.
That's like you ever
Or
watch movies and people who don't feel good just like grab a bottle of Pepto Bismol and just drink it like it's a bottle of soda. And it's like, oh my God, no. I feel speedy on Dayquil. Oh boy.
what do you take, Dayquil and run? Terra?
Take some Dayquil and go for a 10-mile run.
Yeah, right. That's like her energy drink.
Right.
What's up, Dagan?
What's up, Dagan? Heading home from work? All right.
What's going on, Sockeye? Appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, what's up, Sakai? So I kind of want to like dedicate this episode to my father-in-law, Richard Berger.
Okay.
His birthday was yesterday, but we're celebrating it today, and he's no longer with us.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro.
So it's been a rough week, if you know what I mean. So
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that.
that man, I'm telling you, was the absolute, like, if for a real life Terminator, like that was it. He was the Terminator. That man has been through lung cancer, brain
Yeah.
cancer, has broken his hip, has just been through the ringer, and through all of that, and like not wanting to go in nursing home, coming home from the nursing home, and like living in his own house, and like having to go back to the nursing home. He just fought all the way up until his body's like, you know what, it's time. Like
Yeah.
there's nothing more to fight for. Like you like I think he was about 10 years cancer free. Like he beat it all.
Wow.
He just like destroyed the odds. So yeah,
Wow.
it's just crazy. Like I don't know. But I feel bad for like my mother-in-law and stuff like that, because she's basically taken the house, and everything, and just kind of left with all the aftermath with the bills and stuff like that. And that could be very granted, time gets easier when someone passes, but like you don't forget that, and it just
I don't know if I completely agree with that. I still hold a lot of, like, not tension or animosity, like, there's
yeah.
no, like, ill will or bad feelings about anyone's passing, but to me, nothing got easier for me. It kinda just, took a part of me away, and so
Well,
therefore, like, I just never really recovered from it.
right. So I guess that's a bad choice of words. Like things don't get easier, but they like you learn to adjust,
Yep.
and try to
Just
live.
learn to keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And which is also, his favorite drink was Pepsi. So it's like, he'd all every time I go over the house, he's like, "You want a Pepsi?" And if he wasn't drinking Pepsi, he was drinking gin and tonic, or
Ah.
gin and tonic was his alcoholic beverage. If not that, then he would like drink like Bush Light or something.
Oh. Oh god.
Yeah, that was his. I mean, it was cheap beer. I mean, if you
I
wanted to.
know. That reminds me of, like, college being like, "Who's got $5 to go down to the gas station?" What's up, Rex?
So, yeah. Anything in beard yet?
Bro, like I told you, man, I just woke up when you were like, "Hey, can we start an hour early?" I was like, "I just woke up."
Yeah.
I had to take the dogs out. I had to make coffee. I had to like get some things together. I brought some products out here to talk about for my topic that I had brought up. No, I
Yeah.
haven't put anything in beard yet. I'm still like waking up. I know people are gonna be like, "Oh, it's later in the day." I work nights. I sleep late.
Suicidal tendencies when I hear Pepsi. Why is that?
Oh, suicidal. Yeah, that's a weird kind of statement.
My dad died 21 years ago, and it still gets to me sometimes. Yeah, I mean, I guess I chose a bad choice of words. Like it gets easier because I don't think it ever does. Like with my grandfather, like I still haven't hope that can be received with humor. All I wanted was a Pepsi. Huh. I guess I'm missing the point on that one.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm blonde, so you
And I'm short, so it probably went over my head.
yeah. I'm bad with like certain types of humor.
It's all
But
good.
um so as I was saying, like, bad choice of words. Like I still haven't I love to stay for the whole video and I go get my weight room ready to return to the jungle tomorrow. Never heard the song? Oh, it's from a song. No, I have not heard that. Maybe I have, and I'm just like it's bounced off the head here.
Hunter, have a good day, man. Thanks for stopping in. We appreciate you.
Yep. And so it's like I'm still like haven't wrapped my head around
Right.
like the fact that he's gone.
Yeah.
It's just so fresh still, and I don't want to believe it. And it's
Yeah,
like
man.
calling his phone number, like knowing that he will not pick up. So
I still have my grandfather's number in my phone, and I will not delete it. Won't do it.
yeah, um, I still have a certain someone on my Facebook that I just will not delete him as a friend
Yep.
because he died of stage 4 brain cancer, and it's like
Okay.
I got to keep him there because I still feel like that's part of me. Jay's Boogeyman. Oh, okay.
Being
And
sensitive.
no, it's all right.
Sensitive.
I just missed the point of the whole
Yeah.
Pepsi. I've never heard that song before. I didn't take it offensive or anything.
Yeah. No, you
And
just
that
don't know.
it's like still foggy from like being sick. So it's like um
Yeah.
yeah, I just want to dedicate, this, episode obviously to, him, the fact, the circumstances and everything. And then
Well, cheers to him, bro.
thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
And I want to this is kind of like a double topic, like it's going to go into the next thing that I have on the list. But
Roger.
a week recap, like that's another thing I wanted to touch base with you on, and I slipped my mind. But like how we have like how the week went, instead of
Yep.
doing that, I thought about calling it like a week recap on just like how the week went, and stuff like that. So I figured we touch on that real quick.
Yep. Yep. Um, it was a busy week. It was definitely a very long week this week, trying to get every little last minute thing ready and planned. I am less than 2 weeks away now. As of yesterday, we are less than 2 weeks away from our wedding day. Um, so it's been a long week.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that. You're getting married soon, so I can only imagine like the stress wrapped around that.
Yeah, yeah, it's less than 2 weeks, and it's just been a lot of stress lately.
Right. So that's basically your week recap. Nothing else interesting happened besides, you mentioned the college game you got to watch.
I go to work and I come home and really like that's what it is and trying to get everything ready to go. What's up, Ken Wisconsin? Welcome in. Appreciate you being here, buddy. What do we
And
got?
Sarah, I'm sorry about your father.
What?
She said her father had her 1 year anniversary of.
Oh, Tara, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that until just now. I have a suicidal tendencies tape. Is that a band? Is that like a group? I'm not really sure about that. I've not heard that.
Right.
Even cooler. I just got around 8 or 10 Dixons. They're kind of pricey. What is Dixons?
Hmm.
Joshua, what is Dixons? They're kind of pricey. Want to elaborate on what is Dixons? That sounds dirty. I should stop saying that.
It was just like a giveaway for flannels that
What?
Brewer tagged me in. A
Oh
California.
yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. That definitely rings a bell.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. That definitely rings a bell. Got it. Okay.
Brand of shirts. Gotcha.
And I'm a huge flannel guy, so that would definitely make sense as to why people tag
Yeah.
me in that as well. What's up, Nicholas? Welcome in. Appreciate you being here, bro.
Yeah. Thanks, Nick. Um, so my week recap, as we already know, like I had gotten sick, like fall hit like hard.
Yep.
Like usually, it'll progressively like get colder, but no, it was just like bam, here I
Yep.
am, fall. And it's
Yep.
like that's what I believe did it.
Yep.
My son, like he got it, and with him having asthma, like it just makes everything amplified.
Yep. That makes two of us.
I feel for people who have asthma. And
Yep.
positive thing is for the week recap, I did get $1 raise, so that's
Woohoo.
really my financial situation.
Dope.
So basically the whole company DSP got it, but it's still a raise. I'll take it. It's
Right.
extra paycheck. And that was about it. Like I just couldn't wait for this week to be over. Like I love my job and everything, but like working
Sometimes
sucks.
sometimes you just need like a day or some sort of break.
Yeah.
Like we're human, you know, we can only handle so much sometimes until we're just like can't do it right now. Welcome
Yeah.
in, JP.
And this actually this next subject ties into kind of the week recap.
All
Um
right.
the overuse of products and dialing in what works.
So this is what you've been doing lately is you've been trying to kind of figure out A, how much oil to use, and
Yep.
then whatever other products, beard or balm that you are using or have been using or trying to figure out. Like this is something that you've been doing lately.
Yes. So
Gotcha.
I ended up taking a couple-day break from balm.
Okay.
So with that being said, I'm obviously going to add on a couple days of using the balm because I took that break.
Uh-huh.
But I'm leaning towards, it being a permanent thing. But I ended up taking a couple-day break because I noticed my face doing something like in a negative, manner. Like I was starting to get like bumps and like it just was greasy and stuff. And this has been since the beginning of my beard journey period. Like my face is like, why is my face always greasy after I apply product? And my wife's always saying, man, your face looks really, really greasy right now.
Huh.
And it's, well, maybe I put in too much butter. Maybe like it was always blaming the beard butter or the beard balm, which is one reason why I stopped using beard balm in the beginning altogether. So I'm like, there's got to be something. And I contacted, Dan C, and I'm like, my face is itchy during my work shift, or like it just like everything, my beard hair hurts and stuff like that. And I just like, there's something going on. Like, and do I need to use more oil? Do I need to use less oil? And it came to the conclusion at that point that use a bird oil or use something with, peppermint or whatever essential oils that are in that product.
I think I remember you saying this once.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was either on last episode or the episode before that. And it worked at first, but I'm like, I'm still getting that like little bit of itchiness and that irritation.
yeah,
And it's like, all right, maybe I'm using way too much oil.
okay,
So I'm researching for probably 2 weeks, including the time beforehand where I like talked to Dan C and a little before that. It's something I've been heavily researching. I was like, well, I'm looking on YouTube shorts, looking up on Google, like anything that I can find for guys with longer beards and their beard usage and stuff like that. Some guys are using dropper top full, some guys use dropper and a half or two full droppers. And I'm like, well, geez, that's a lot. And I mean, I get
yeah,
if it works for you and your beard's not greasy, your hands are not greasy after application, then, obviously do what works for you. I'm not telling anyone, what to do and
sure,
how to use their products or whatnot. But then I'm watching this one video and this guy, like he's got like a beard like down
yep,
to here. He's like 4 to 6 drops. And I'm like, okay. I
right,
mean, granted, oils for the skin underneath, it's not necessarily for the beard hair, but obviously you can coat the beard hair after, you apply it to the skin.
right,
You know what? As much as I'm going to hate this because I've become repetition over the last year and a half
yep,
of this is how much I use, regardless, I'm like, and then this was around when I got this surprise beard mail package from Tim Black Grooming and Skincare, a new affiliate of mine.
yep,
It's a guy I've been talking to, and he's heavily on skincare and like for men and like what to do, what not. He's just like an encyclopedia of information. Like it's just crazy. But basically, it's like I need to like dial it back on the oils.
okay,
Like, forget about blaming balm, forget about blaming butter. It's like, let me try this as much as I'm going to hate it. So he's got like the pump tops.
yep,
It's something that's becoming a little more popular with certain, companies. So
yeah,
I do one spray or, one pump, and it's like, all right, that's a little less than a dime size, maybe a dime size if you like let it, whatever. One pump, rub it in my hands, rub it in my beard, blah blah
what's up,
blah.
Mark?
What's up, Mark? And then I look at my hands afterwards. Are my hands greasy? No, nothing. I was like, all right, put it in my beard, blah blah blah, comb, brush, and then I put in the balm just a little bit, basically the normal amount that I normally would put, and I just basically go over the beard hair. I'm not rubbing that into the skin, and
Hmm,
I'm going throughout my work day and I'm feeling my face because that's normally what I do. Have I applied too much product? Is my face greasy? And then always under my neck was always greasy. And I'm like, man, why is my neck runny? Why does it feel so damn greasy?
right,
So like I'm feeling that after my like 10-hour work shift. And I was like, well, nothing's greasy. So I think I finally got this dialed in, at least with a pump top.
right,
One pump, that's good. So it's like, how do I do this with a dropper top? Dropper top and resistor cap are basically going to be along the lines of the same thing, just, one hit of the resistor cap,
yep,
if you shake it, a hell of a lot's going to come out, and
yeah,
just, patent it, see what they're both going to be basically along the lines of the same exact, thing. Granted, the viscosity levels may play a role. So I test out the dropper top and I count out. I'm like, well, 4 to 6 drops of this isn't going to be enough. I know that for sure. So I'm counting the drops. As like I got up to like 12, and it looks like the same amount as if I was to do one pump of
wow,
of a pump top. And I was like, all right, let's try this. 12 drops, rub it in my beard, and do a like overcoat lay of, over the beard hair, I look at my hands. I was like, all right, nothing's greasy,
Right.
everything, it's not a sopping mess. And then, so I do that, evaluate that, and start feeling my face after my work day, going under the neck. And I was like, all right, so 12 drops is the nice happy medium for me. And then obviously with the butter, just do the same thing as the balm.
Yeah.
And since doing that, I'm just blown away with the difference. Like, I can't tell you, like, granted, it's like 12 drops, and then I measured, like, obviously I'm still going to count the drops because not every pull is going to be the same exact nowhere, for a dropper top. It's not going to be the same level of, whatever, because with the viscosity blends, different companies, different blends, and stuff like that. But it
Right.
was like, seeing that picture, it was literally like that much oil in the dropper top. So it's
Yeah,
like,
I did see that.
and I'm like, well, my face, it's not dry, but it's not greasy. And like my beard is just cooperated so much better, like with styling and the way it feels and just how light, like, and like it just, I think overall, I've made a decision that my beard has felt the best it's ever felt in my beard journey completely. Like it's
Wow.
just, I'm amazed, like, on how just dialing back the oil 75%, what it's done for me. And like, I have like new hairs sprouting from places that, just, I think clogging my pores was just like setting everything back to what it could be, if you know what I'm saying.
Sure, I get that.
So that's kind of like with the balm challenge, kind of like if I didn't have that, like with Brewer, like, hey, you know what, try, balm challenge and everything like that. I don't think I'd be like to this point, like I'm thinking of other things that I can do to really like maximize, my beard potential.
Well, I'm glad that, like, you kind of figured out and tested what works for you.
Yeah. So it just makes me think, and there's been other videos of it out there. How many guys out there are overusing beard, whether it doesn't even have to be beard oil, it could be beard butter, could be beard washes, could be beard conditioners, whatever. How
Yep.
many guys out there are just, this guy's doing this guy's doing that. So that's what I got to do, They, I think so many people, which, maybe, they don't know a lot. So they just like, this guy's doing this. So they're so easily influenced on what everyone else is doing instead of really like channeling in like what really works for them.
Yeah, and that's what you hear from a lot of different, like, reviewers and things like that, that, what might work for me might not work for you, and vice versa, whatever. It's all about what works for that individual.
Right. So, I mean, I kind of knocked out three topics altogether with use of products and dialing in what works. Um, and then do people often just follow what other do or what others do for their beard, influence instead of what works for them.
Yep.
So I mean, if a full dropper top works and you have no like greasy feel, I mean, whatever,
Right.
it's not like me persuading you. Oh, you know what? Maybe I got to try that now because he said that. I mean, like, it's all trial and error. Like
For
sometimes
sure.
it takes, longer for other people to really figure out what works.
Yeah, for sure.
Different skin types, for sure, Chris. You maybe just be more naturally and me less.
Sebaceous.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably what it is. Like,
Yeah.
I've never really noticed my skin to be oily, but it just takes less for I mean, if I didn't use beard oil at all or butter or balm or like never used what, I wouldn't be able to keep a beard. I'll be honest with you.
Probably not.
I couldn't do it. Like my face would be so damn itchy. Climate also factors in. Yeah, I mean, I live in the Northeast, so it's
Yep.
like weather is crazy here.
Yeah.
You know, you lived here, so
and I don't miss it one bit.
I don't blame you at all. I
It's
don't
kind of
blame
funny that I live in a place that is supposed to be like nothing but snow, like all the time, whatever. And I keep telling people out here, I'm like, you guys have no idea what snow is. Like, really, like, unless you're out, plowing out your driveway every other hour, like getting 7 feet of snow like every couple of hours. I'm like, you have no idea what snow is.
that, and I feel bad for people in Buffalo. They get hit
Oh,
hard,
God.
hard.
Yeah, for sure. Also
Also, that
consider
concern
maybe
that
work
you work
outdoors.
you sweat
Yeah,
more.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's true. Different activity.
yeah. So I just remember like feeling my neck, like it would always be running, and
Yep.
I'd be wiping away oil, and I'd be going like this, and it would just. And I haven't had honestly since switching it up. I haven't dealt with anything greasy on my face. Haven't dealt with the itch that I was dealing with. Haven't dealt with the inflammation and the tenderness, like it would be
Yep.
in the mustache area and just like in like the sides of my. I haven't dealt with any of that since switching it up. So
Right
the
on.
over, the overuse of oils was the problem, and I refused to believe that for a very long time. And I'm glad that you know.
Yeah, for
eh,
sure.
Have a good one, Sakai. So it's just sometimes you just kind of got to get uncomfortable with what was comfortable and then
Yeah,
just
kind of figure
doing
it out.
yeah.
Yeah, Ken, I know you guys do, man. You guys are right next to like the Great Lakes and whatnot up there up in Wisconsin.
Yeah, I've heard stories.
Out to walking.
So I want to hit on this because since I kind of briefly went over like washing the beard and stuff with washes and conditioners with overusing those, but
Yep.
how many times would you say you wash your beard in a week, give or take?
I would say it would depend on what I'm doing during the week. Like if I know I'm going to be outside working doing something, like getting it dusty, dirty, that kind of thing, sure I'll wash it after doing that because I'll be just, getting things all in my beard. If I'm just working, maybe once a week, if that.
Once a week.
Um Yep, about once a week is what I typically do. I don't wanna overwash it, especially if I'm using, like, a conditioner or possibly a stripping kinda wash. So I usually you guys wash daily? Wow. See, I don't do it daily. It's not something I feel as though I need to do daily. I don't feel like I'm coating, my beard enough to be like, "Oh, I really gotta wash everything out every single day."
Right.
Um, so mainly once a week for me. Wow. Daily. Wow. Gotta
Condition
wash
once a week.
every
Yeah.
day.
So I mean, if you work outside, definitely can understand that. If you're a mechanic or whatever, like you're getting, I strip Sunday, then daily gentle 6 days. Okay. See, I don't like stripping washes. Like, and Badass Beard Care has the most stripping beard wash of all time.
Right.
I used that the other day because I wanted like a full reset on like the way I'm like using beard oil now. Like I just wanted a full reset and then start, kind of fresh.
Wow.
But I don't use that wash very often because it is so stripping. I don't like the way my beard feels after I use it.
Sure.
So it's like the first time I use that wash in like 3 months. As far as beard conditioner though, that's a little different. Like I'll use that maybe once or twice a week.
Right.
Because I mean, in my opinion, I think there's such thing as too soft. So I have this one conditioner and it's from Tim Black Grooming and Skincare, and it makes your beard feel like silk. Like it's just
Interesting.
stupid soft, and I mean, it's good. Like I don't want to like get it
Yeah, yeah,
twisted.
yeah.
It's good, but it's just like if there is such thing as too soft. That's what she said. Oh God. Um, I rarely use a conditioner. Yeah, but with using a beard balm, I would definitely I wash daily for sure because you don't want the build up and just deal with like clogging pores and stuff like that. So for me, I'm a wash daily type of guy as well.
Interesting. Okay, maybe I'll start trying that. I haven't.
Yeah, I mean, you got to find a nice daily gentle wash for sure if you're going to
Yeah,
do that. I would be
right.
going using like Badass Beard Care's beard wash every day because it's just going to tear it up.
I have beard octanes, I have fresh beards, I have live bearded for washes, um, which is weird because those are the exact 3 that I have sitting here that I don't use anymore for products. But generally speaking, for washes, those are what I've kept or had. Um, so yeah.
I've been bouncing back and forth. Um, See, yeah, Ken Sconson, yeah, for sure. I stripping washes, I just don't like them. Like if I
Yeah,
need it, like if I like every once in a great while, I'll use it to just kind of like reset everything. But
yeah,
for me, I'm just like a daily beard wash guy, and I'm bouncing around. Like like using it very sparingly because once that bottle's gone, I'm never gonna see it again, and that's whiskey and hardtack's invigorating beard wash, which is so good.
right.
Uh, it's like I think it's like a peppermint something. I don't know exactly. I don't have the bottle here with me, but I bounce from that. Badass Beard Care's Hogwash, which is a daily one. Um, the Tim Black Grooming and Skin Care, which is like a gel botanical based type of wash, which is really good.
Right.
True North Beard Wash. And then I still have some Mad Viking Biotin Beard Wash, but
Interesting.
those are mine that I kind of bounce from.
I'm gonna be right back. I need more coffee. I'm falling asleep. I'll be right back, guys.
Alley Cat Orange CBD wash. Yeah, I never tried Alley Cat's wash to be honest. I have their CBD butter though. I hear a lot of good things about Beard Octane's LCW wash for sure. I still have my Obsidian bar soap from Whiskey and Hardtack that I have yet to break open. It's just a sample bar. AC Drift Wash and Conditioner. Yeah, the only conditioners I have right now are Badass Beard Care's Viking conditioner. I have True North's beer conditioner. I just recently went through one bottle, so I have to break open the other one. Yeah, it is a good wash, Dagan.
I definitely want to get some True North beard washer soon.
It is
I
good.
JP, that's pretty much my main one that I use is the LCW. Um, I've never tried Bearded Mac, so yeah.
What else did I have for conditioner? Oh, I have Tim Black and skincare, obviously, and he had sent me a sample of a scent that is my favorite one from him. It's the tobacco and spice. It's a body wash sample. Um, he had sent me, and I love that body wash. It is so good.
I think I'll probably end up picking up some True
True.
North beard wash.
Yeah, it's for me. I don't like to mess with washes that much because I have sensitive skin. So it's like with beard products, you can just kind of like test it, rub it,
Yeah,
and then wait 20 minutes to see if something happens. But for washes, like for me, like Irish Spring, after I wash with that, like 20 minutes later, half hour, whatever, I start
right.
itching. get back in the shower and wash something different.
Interesting.
So I don't really like to mess with washes too much. Like if someone sent me something like Tim Black
Yeah,
grooming and skincare, like I'll try it out and make a good
yeah,
video. But I was really surprised. Like I have sensitive skin, and that body wash is meant for people like because the owner Angelo deals with eczema, and I have eczema. So it's like, well,
okay.
if with eczema and he makes a sensitive body wash, I know it's going to work for me because I deal with it.
Right, right, right.
So let's catch up on the comment there. Jolly old fat man charcoal wash. Okay.
I've never tried anything from the Jolly Old Fat Man.
I have not either, and that is because I believe we discussed it last time. It's like the shop's open 1 minute, and the next minute I like go to look the one time, and it was not available.
Yeah, yeah.
So
There was
it's
a
been a game
company
of
that
against.
I found years and years and years ago. I was living in Arizona and I was what, 27, 28, and they were a very, like, brand new company. I purchased, like, 2 oils and a butter from them,
Uh,
and they really haven't sold anything, like, on their website since. They
uh,
do just, like, craft shows and things like that, and I've reached out to the owner, and he's just not, like, a good business person, like, he just has no, like, desire to go that route. Like, he'll have, like, candles and, like, soap, but if you're gonna call yourself a beard care company, you really need to, like, focus on that too.
yeah. See, yeah. I messaged a local beard company and it basically explained who I was, what I do, and
Yep,
never got a message back. And they haven't been active for like 4 years. So I was
yep,
like, I didn't realize that after I messaged them. And it's like people had bad reviews, like, "Oh, I ordered 3 months ago and I still haven't got my stuff." Like, and I'm like, okay, yeah,
yeah.
no, thank you. So let's hit your topic because I think this was a great one, and I'm glad you thought of it because I really didn't cross my mind. Is company or companies when you first started your beer journey you used or no longer use?
Yep. So, the 3 that I have chosen, 1 is Fresh Beards, and there's nothing wrong with any of these companies, nothing. Um, it's just not companies that I use daily and or use hardly at all anymore.
Right.
And this used to be one of my favorites. All 3 of these were like a heavy use from me. Um, so my first one is Fresh Beards. Uh, I found them, I think, second. When I first started my beard journey, they were an absolute go-to for me. Live Bearded was the very first company I've ever found using anything in my beard, and so they were a very big company that I used a lot when I first started.
Mhm.
I no longer use their products really. Lee sent me Pirate Drake. I'll use it just to see how I like the scent profile. I already know, the consistency and the quality of their products. Not exactly to my liking. Um, but again, there's nothing wrong with their products. They are
Yeah.
a good company. They're a big company. Like, this is not small batch. Um, it's just not something that I personally enjoy anymore. It's just not for me. And then unfortunately, the very last one, again, I love Beard Octane. I really, really do. I just don't use them hardly anymore.
Right.
Um, I, I really hate to put them in this list. However, over the last couple of years, really learning different companies and different products, whatever, I just generally use other companies and other products more.
Right. Yeah, there's quite a bit that I don't like. I'll use them periodically, but the company that I first started with, I'll never forget it. I'll always give them credit for like my startup for my beard journey and like kind of opening the doors to, discovering all these other great companies out there and
Yep.
even the new ones that just came out and are making a statement. Ass Beard Care, first company I ever tried. First company. And the first scent that I ever got as a sample was Mountain Man, which was like a pine and cedar.
Yep.
And then I was so scared because it's like, man, I really want to try beard products, but I have sensitive skin. I don't want to break out and everything
Yep.
like that. So like I slowly started. I got the beard oil, then the beard balm, then I got the
Yep.
loft, then I got the butters, and then I just eventually I had like almost every single scent. And the only scent that I didn't really like out of them was the Patriot and the Biker.
Okay.
But once other doors opened, I kind of like, I don't want to say I forgot about them, but it's like I stopped,
Yeah.
like, well, there's this company. I really like this. But I was like, then it's like so many doors open. And then it's not like, obviously, they don't have bad beard products, very solid,
Right.
scents I wish lasted a little longer and were a little stronger. But, I understand, guidelines and how everything works and stuff like that. But I guess another one was West Y. I used to use them very heavily, but I don't really use them as much. And I think Copper Johns is another one.
Okay.
Um, and I think mostly because of the fact that some of the sample scents that I had gotten, they no longer sell.
Right.
One of them was called Bluegrass Trails, and that is my favorite scent by them. So I'm like been milking that sample for like almost over a year now. So it's like
Right.
once it's gone, it's gone. They're not making anymore. So I was like,
Yeah. Certain companies discontinue scents and they just no longer use them, which I understand. You don't want to keep tons of product. Let's see here. Mark said I used Everyman Jack at first. Isn't that
"Mm,
more like a retail setting type of
I believe
I
so.
use gray before shave? I did too, and I didn't really care for their products.
They make a good
Um,
hair balm.
eh, I wasn't really too fond of them. Mark said then I found or not badass, broke ass beard and beard octane and beard brand. Um,
I'll have some gray before shave, to be honest.
I don't anymore. Let's see. First product I tried was in 2017. Suavecito, Honest Amish, Smooth Viking, and Boss Man. I don't use any of them anymore. Earliest brand I tried that I still use Royal Beersman. I do too. I have a ton of their things still sitting in my shelf.
JP said, bummer when your favorite scents get discontinued because it's not a big seller. And I'm glad he brought that up
Yeah.
because Barn Brand Beards has a scent called the Heisman. And it is basically a manly, like, it basically the scent profile, from what I can remember off my head, is like cedar, like a sandalwood, dirt smell, like mowed grass with Dr. Pepper, but it all blends so well. And I loved it, but it just wasn't a big seller. It wasn't a big hit, but it's one of my favorite scents. So it's like I'm trying to milk it. I have like it's a weird container. I'll have to post the picture later on my Instagram, but it's basically like this squared container of beard butter, 2 ounce with an oil, obviously.
Right.
Yes, I do like leather. I am a huge leather fan.
Yeah. Mine were Cremo and Wild Willies. I won't touch that stuff. Sorry. If you're into it, go for it, but It's not for me, and I won't touch it.
Cremo, I've heard a lot of bad things about this guy who I was trying to like get him to grow a beard because he was always just like stubble. And he's like, man, this stuff I'm using, it's just bad. It burns my face. And I was like, and Wild Willies, I looked up their stuff and I'm like, yeah, I'll pass. Like I said, the only retail stuff I have ever used and actually liked was Honest Amish oil.
Yep.
Really, really solid option, 2 ounces for like $15.
Yep.
Definitely nourishing for the beard. And then more recently, Duke Cannon's beard wash, which surprised the hell out of me.
Right. I remember you saying that. I go down a rabbit hole if something interests me. I think we all do. I think we all go down that Alice in Wonderland rabbit hole sometimes.
Yeah.
I know I've been doing it lately with unfortunately the news. I literally for like the last week and a half, whatever, I've just been driving myself crazy, just watching just the shit show that we call politics.
Yeah.
And I'm not even going to touch that subject, so we're going to leave it there with that one. Yeah. Clay will. I
I've
reached
heard
out
a lot of good things.
huh?
Rio Blanco from Copper Johns. I've heard a lot of good things.
Yeah, I reached out to the bearded Clayle, because he's like one of the guys I really turn to. I'm like, hey, I've got this idea. What do you think? Um, and he'll give me very honest feedback. And he's like, you don't want to alienate people by, talking about like, politics and or whatever other, topic that could stray from like our, basically our bread and butter. Um, so I
Oh, don't
decided
get me started, Brewer. Don't get me
the
started on
Chicago Bears are really looking good in this
Bears.
game. Da Bears.
Oh,
Tyson brings back Rio Blanco. I still have oil, butter, and cologne, luckily.
0-3 start for the Bears. Absolutely disgraceful when the Lions are 3-1.
You know who looks good that I'm like, holy hell, surprised? Is Miami.
Oh my
Right?
God.
Anybody else out there agree with
70
me
to
that
20?
Miami looks good? No?
I can see them in the AFC Championship this year with
Okay. I was like, did I like not say something correct? I was like, I'm pretty sure they just stomped the shit out of the Broncos.
oh my God.
Which
If the Bears can't beat the Broncos, man, I'm going to Chicago and I'm taking Justin Fields' helmet and I'm shoving it up his ass. And then I'm saying that Tyson Badgett is the starter.
Miami is losing 31-14 right now. Who are they facing today?
That ain't good. What's going on?
Bears 28, Broncos 7. Well, that's not surprising. Our Broncos sucked. Like, I get it. Like,
You putting two teams up that are 0-3. One of them better win, damn it.
I'm sorry, but Russell Wilson needs to go back to Seattle. They're facing Bills. Okay, so
Bills are
I
good.
don't like any New York teams. Zero. Okay. But Josh Allen is probably the best quarterback since Jim Kelly on the Bills. I don't know if anybody else agrees with me. You don't have
Hands
to.
down.
You don't have to agree with what I just said. But
Yeah.
if you think about the long list of quarterbacks that have been through Buffalo, you're talking Doug Flutie, okay? You are, let's see, Bill still winning? Not much of, no doubt. God, what was his name? He's no longer in Buffalo. I think he went to like Texas. Um,
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have did that, Tara.
what?
She benched the Bills defense.
Oh Jesus. Um,
Or
who who
Miami's
was the other
defense.
quarterback that was in Buffalo at one point? He
I
wasn't
guess
there very long. I think he was only there for like a season or two. I can't remember his name, but he wound up going to like the Texans. I
Ryan
don't know, and
Fitzpatrick.
I don't want to say the wrong name and be like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. I just don't remember his name. Um, but I mean,
I don't know.
Tyrod Taylor. Thank you. Yes,
Yeah,
Tyrod Taylor.
that guy was.
Um, and then let's kick it back to oh God. Oh God. I can't remember. No one worth mentioning. Okay, yeah, then I'll just stop. But I
Isn't he like
mean,
playing as a wide receiver for a little bit too? Because he
who?
couldn't as a quarterback, Tyrod Taylor.
I don't remember if he did or if he didn't because he's that memorable that I don't remember a whole lot of what he did because obviously he didn't do well. Um, but yeah, I mean, in my opinion, Josh Allen is like a savior to Buffalo. And
As
I have a Jim Kelly signed jersey. So that shows you like what I thought about that person, that quarterback
yeah,
for them was like the quarterback for them.
same with the Chiefs. Until Pat Mahomes came along, they had a long list of quarterbacks that were.
I have one that was one of my favorites, but he went to Washington for a little while and almost died on the field.
Alex Smith.
Alex Smith.
Yeah, he was decent, but like what Pat Mahomes has done for them is just
Drew
crazy.
Bledsoe. That was the other one I was thinking of was Drew Bledsoe.
Yeah,
I
Drew
remember
Bledsoe.
him. I remember Bledsoe being a Patriot before Tom Brady, and I just couldn't correlate the name. Oh, Fitzpatrick, get out of here with Fitzpatrick. That dude.
What though? As much as Fitzpatrick wasn't a starter type of guy, he was a hell of a backup. He did some crazy things. He just wasn't starter material.
I personally did not feel as though Ryan Fitzpatrick deserved to even play football. That dude.
I
Oh,
felt bad for Bledsoe, Tara. I think Bledsoe just kind of like got put under the bus once Brady started.
oh, absolutely, 100%.
But as great as Tom Brady is, I'm a bigger Bledsoe fan.
Drew bled so much he needed a transfusion. Anyone? That's funny as
Didn't
shit.
matter, man. I would always start Drew like Bledsoe was the man. Justin Fields, 23 for 24 passing, 4 touchdowns.
In what quarter?
Damn. I guess I
What
should have
quarter
got
is
rid
it?
of Justin Fields and put him in today.
If we keep saying Brady, Chris might appear. That's fine. Tom Brady is literally the GOAT. Like, I don't want to hear anybody else try to debate that. Like, you're gonna lose. Like, that's all it is. Sorry.
I mean, I'm a Manning fan more than, Brady, but I will give the props up to Brady for sure. But
There's
I can't
nobody else in this world, that has won more championships than Brady.
but you will get your Eli Manning, hard
Uh,
on people that are
uh,
like, he's never beat us in the Super Bowl. Granted, they're right, but still.
I still keep catching shit for that. Not for nothing, but if I was that, defensive player when we played the Giants and he had to go up and get it, I would have come down and broken that dude's arm. I would have ended like that person's career right then and there. Call me whatever you will. That would never have happened. I would have done whatever that one took. Think I care.
But I got to wrap things up because, we're about to have dinner and start celebrating. So, as always, I got to end on the shout out.
Go for it.
Oh, it's me. I'll start with the shout out. Gonna obviously shout out, obviously my wife's and my mother's husband's, Richard. It's his birthday passed, so that's the most important thing. First comes for my shout out, but I also want to shout out Angelo from Tim Black Grooming and Skincare for not just sending me that package, and I'm not expecting it, but for just like being a
Yeah.
good business owner, and like for him, like when we talk and have our conversations, it's never a one word, one sentence type of response. I'll get like these huge paragraphs in response and explaining like so many things in that I didn't even ask. Like I'll get a nice well-rounded answer, and it's just nice to like be dealing with a company owner and now a friend to just have that quality conversation.
Sure.
So who's your shout out to, Kyle?
Um, I think I'm gonna give my fiance pretty much the props this week. She's really been, the driving force to helping me make sure I'm staying on task this week. Um, she's keeping me sane. I've got less than 2 weeks until I've got that ring on my finger. It's just been super stressful. And so she's been super helpful in getting everything, taken care of and help me plan it and, you know, just keeping me sane. Other than that, just everybody here, you included, just everybody all the time. We wouldn't be here without all of you guys and each other. So
Right.
shout out to everybody in here and shout out to you, Chris.
Appreciate that, man. So yeah, I mean, I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their weekend. Hopefully y'all can catch some football. Hopefully the Bears can finally grab a win and stop making me want to like, not be the football fan anymore. But
grab a cyanide pill.
yeah, definitely appreciate everyone being here. Without the audience and the
Yep,
conversation, the comments, this show, wouldn't be a thing. So it's just always appreciated.
for
Let's have
sure.
a strong, start to the week, and we'll see you next Sunday.
Yes, sir.
Have a good one, everyone.
Later.